And just give me a beat and you can start anytime.
All right. Hi, I'm Pastor Michael Fick. I'm the pastor at Ebenezer Lutheran Church here in Chicago, and I'm here to fight for the 15 because I think it's a matter of dignity. People should be able to live day to day without wondering whether they're going to have housing available or whether they're going to be able to keep food on the table. And I think that we're all better off when those who have the least resources are better off. So I'm hoping that today we raise some awareness and get people thinking about what it means to live with dignity.
And could you give me a personal testimony as far as your parishioners and some of their experiences with the lack of affordable, lack of employment above the minimum wage?
Yeah, well, it's just, it's an all too common story of people who are working 2 and 3 jobs trying to cobble together a living and still have to rely on assistance from other places to be able to pay their bills. And they don't want to rely on that assistance. They want their labor to result in a living. And so, and hopefully without having to work 3 jobs around the clock. So that's where it matters to me.
And the first thing you talked about was dignity.
Yeah. I think work
Expand a little bit more.
I think work should have dignity, and part of that dignity is being compensated in a way that means that you can live without having to be in a constant state of anxiety or trying to find other ways to make ends meet. That there's a peace of mind and a sense of self that comes with knowing that the work you do is valued by other people. And a $15 minimum wage is going to help us demonstrate that people's labor is actually valued.
Well, the city leaders are always talking about how Chicago is rebounding in the economy, how the industry here is taking off,
yep.
How profits are being made by the top corporations. Why isn't it trickling down to your parishioners, do you think?
Well, I think to some of them it probably is, but not to all, for sure. And I think that part of that is that, as a religious person, I have a sense that part of the human condition is that we tend to want to keep as much as we can for ourselves. We have to fight against that and remember that we're called to share with others even when it's against our own nature. So I think that there's always going to be a temptation to try and keep as much as we can for ourselves, but when we get together and keep ourselves accountable to our values, then we remember that actually it has to benefit those who are actually putting in the most work.
Okay, and just briefly at the end here,
yep.
I'd like to talk about the spiritual aspect
yep.
of inequity.
Yeah, well, I think that I have a deep sense in the Christian tradition that the sharing of things in common is important, and so we all bring to the table what we have, and then we provide for the needs of those who are unable to provide for themselves. And all I'm here to do is say that there are a lot more people who wish they could be bringing more to that table, and making a little bit more for their hourly wage is going to help them to be generous and take care of others as well.
Thank you. Thank you so very much.